Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you've been sleeping on me, you have really been missing out. So to be sure not to miss out again, be sure to click the bell icon and subscribe to help us support the channel. So, of course, you know the drill. We are going to be going over some news that I think that you should know, and that might give you a little bit of insight in your future trading. One of those pieces of news is going to be the halving cycles, right? So they're amplifying significance of Bitcoin transactions fees. So kind of giving you an idea of what's going on here. So in history or historically, so to speak, the percentage of miner revenue from less fees actually showed periodic spikes during periods where a lot of heightened network, so a lot of network activity and congestion. So most of that was due or during bull markets and major protocol upgrades, right? So, for an example, in or towards the end of 2017, Bitcoin's price ascent, so that price that went up, the fee revenue actually went to similar levels that was seen in 2024, showing that the intense demand for block space, right? And another time period you should be kind of aware of is 2021, and fee revenue actually also went up during the market rally, driven by the increased chain transactions. I wanted to say chain reactions, but the chain transactions and the proliferation of DeFi apps, right? So all of these patterns are showing a consistent correlation between the network congestion and the share of miner revenue that came from the fees, right? So Bitcoin's block subsidy actually is continuing to decrease with each halving. So the big important thing about the transaction fees is sustaining minor incentives, and that is probably going to grow. So this is going to make historical trends critical in being able to forecast future revenue conditions later on as well. So it's kind of giving you a little bit of insight here to kind of break the ice for today. But something that was kind of like interesting, this always seems like South Korea, but $365 million was part of a scam from the South Korean CEO indicted for the alleged fraud, right? So $365 million crypto scam. So they arrested the tech firm, the CEO of the tech firm, and his accomplice, or the person that was helping him do it for fraud. The whole idea is that they orchestrated a crypto scheme for around 500 billion won that took advantage of elderly people and gave them some fake promises and massive returns. But the scam is estimated to have over 10,000 people involved in it and has affected, well, hundreds of victims, right? So, Wacom Byung Yang Ya, he is the CEO of tech firm, and Vice Chairman Yim Moo Soo were arrested for this crypto scheme, right? So, of course, he was arrested for the suspicion of fraud and some other things that get along. So, after the court actually granted the arrest warrants because they were concerned about the destruction of evidence, right? So, according to some of the reports, um, South Korea is suspected of running a Ponzi scheme all across South Korea. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to get anything kind of wrong here, but um, 12,000 members, Wacom crypto staking products, like, for example, main Ethernet without being registered with the finance regulators, right? Wacom used multi-level methods to recruit investors, like offering unlimited referral revenue for introducing acquaintances. The whole thing that they were aiming to do was to get elderly people who didn't really know about crypto and what really Ponzi schemes are, right? So the investors were offered some benefits like 100% interest return and earning profits through a casino AI platform and some other services. Wacom also claimed to pay 30% on the 40th day and 7% on the 43rd day, but he never did actually return investments last year, right? So June of last year's, of course, investors lost hundreds of billions of won after the company failed to pay the interest and the original investment amount. So the authorities actually started to investigate them a little bit more. So, of course, the Fifth Criminal Division, well, led by Deputy Prosecutor Kim Tae-hyun, indicted Byeon and Yim for fraud. Right, so this is kind of where that goes. So, 500 investors of 54 billion won, $39 million, was responsible for the fraudulent receipt of around 500 billion won, 365 million bucks. Right, so now the report it said this quote: Pseudo receipt is a business that raises funds from an unspecified number of people with the promise of preserving the principal without license, registration, or notification under the law. So it also detailed that fraud charges can be applied if it's actually shown that the money was received without being returned. Right. So the investigation actually got investors with high return promises, but not paid the customers since 2023 in February. Right. So SAC3's damage is around $1 trillion, which is Wacon's losses and the money collected from the other investors. So pretty big deal, and something that's kind of you should really be paying attention to. And why I like to share this news is because be really vigilant in what you invest in, and if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably not going to be as true it is as true or right as it is, or even it's just not going to work for you, right? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Until then, safe trading.